Alright, welcome back to Biomutant, episode 2. Picking up where we left off, I'm now playing as a little kid.
Asks if you are tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Mooma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget.
Alright, so I wonder if
He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people.
I wonder if the right is good and left is bad.
The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding.
Okay, ruffle the grass.
It's just bothering me. I just want to tie it. I just want to tie it. I keep burping into a boat.
Okay.
I keep burping and throwing up in my mouth. Should we go check your chicken nuggets? Hold on. Should we really rock until it gets up? Yes, there. Okay. Let's go check your chicken nuggets. Rock, I'm going to make your tail into a small mess around your pants.
Oh, you drowned. Huh. Okay, so you can't swim. Oh, shifts, you can run. Run on all fours, cool. Okay, so let's press once to shift, once to run. You don't have to hold it. Guess we'll take the pathway down. It's pretty cool that the grass cuts and stuff.
You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's ki energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree.
That's funny.
You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed.
Oh, that is funny. Of course.
He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out. Oh, it'll need a continuous flux of ki over the 12 months to come, so countless, he'd say. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world.
20 years.
But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
Okay, no swimming. Back in the early days when I was a little squirrel. Man, I wish I had a better video card because this has got to be gorgeous. One, two, three, four.
Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us.
No, my poopsie.
You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did... No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not.
Oh, poopsie.
He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxinol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eaters' DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route.
Oh, there's the tree, okay.
Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Majut and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route.
Guess we got 4 places to go.
Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast.
Ah, sweet.
Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own.
Good thing we're running.
He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majut, and the Goo Glide are almost ready to ride. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Okay. G is for...
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb.
Oop, almost there. I think this is a free roam open world, so you gotta like choose where you want to go. Oh, this is very pretty. I think if my graphics card was better, this would be a lot better.
Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters.
I wonder if there's a time limit. That's a pretty good tutorial. I like that. It introduces a story, the playing. Obviously not everything that can be done, but a good portion of, you know, what the keys are and stuff like that. Oh yeah, this is a good tutorial. I think they did a really good job with this tutorial.
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
Okay, so it's got the fast travel, okay. Okay, we can zoom in. Left, right, WASD to move the map around. I wonder if you should follow that pipeline. Ooh. Cerberus! Three-headed kitty! Oh, he just trashed the village.
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down.
Very rude.
The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake.
That was very rude. Any survivors?
Look, a survivor.
Good.
Glad to see someone made it out alive.
They're not very happy. David Shaw Parker.
He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
Millimog.
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
Sight point is unlock powers mutations. Unlock powers the same color as your current aura. Okay.
No, I did not.
There's out of date again. He must have missed something important.
I did not bring up the
Out of date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are 2 nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor.
I don't know what's that greater good.
Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same.
That is a good question.
The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
I disagree with both philosophies.
Out of date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. Myriad is convinced that defeating the World Eaters is the only way the world can be saved, but they've been forced to focus on their rivalry with the Jagni tribe. Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
I don't like either one. Because might is not always right. And sacrificing the individual for the greater good has led to some very, very bad, atrocious situations in life.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded.
I don't know who's who.
Close encounter. Slash and dash.
I don't know who's who, so
Got what he deserved.
kill everything. Everything gives me experience. Equal opportunity to kill it.
This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone.
That's a very bad defensive position. A very bad defensive trench. And it funnels straight to where you don't want them to go.
That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know.
Signpost.
Let's see.
Ugh.
It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. The Sifu's door is always open for newcomers, but he cautions you. They'll expect you to behave, or you'll have to face the consequences.
And I kind of like this narration thing. It's pretty cool.
Sibi? Lapanen aking kanman. Kerat na falo putut. Ustugai la wute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace.
I believe that. Together, we're stronger together.
The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you.
Vault 101.
He heard you took out-of-date side against the scavengers in Bunker 101. It seems you believe in helping your next, and that's something you have in common. He's convinced you've returned for a reason, and is glad you chose to come here.
But I chose the individual over
There's
the
something
majority.
about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples.
Rumor disciples. That's about my mom.
Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it consisted of unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain.
Okay, hook and chain.
The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are rivals in all directions. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the World Eaters to save the Tree of Life. He was hoping you'd join them. You understand that there's no harm in doing good to others. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite. The Jackni tribe may believe that fear and hatred will lead them to domination. A vanquisition of the tribes and destruction of the Tree of Life won't be the restart they want. It's just an end to everything.
Yep. The Sith. That's a big
Their
ass
kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to prepare for war. You need to take the struggle to the enemy, or the enemy will bring it to you. When survival is threatened, there's no other option left but war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of.
Oh, okay, cool. I like these kind of things. Regionals.
He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wong Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen.
Oh, it's quarterstaff. Right?
You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much as it breaks.
Can't we all just get along?
Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you.
Careful, love.
Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again.
Challenge unite, share land again.
You were all part of the same tribe once, but without your Muma there as a guide, the disciples turned on each other and formed their own tribes.
Oh, great, really?
Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good. Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong and can sometimes come to life. Passing the old village on, even though it's now a different place from a different time, it is a place that'll make you remember.
Okay, big baddie's coming out of the water. DVG's gonna destroy things, eat a lot of people. Grasshopper is my flashlight. You're drowning in 6 inches of water. Okay. Oh. P? So, I for inventory. outfits, automaton, character. Alright, so we can increase something. So vitality increases our armor. No, just our health. Strength gives us more damage. Intellect, agility. Okay,
Health up.
Nice stances. Okay, so we got side points. Kung Fu. God, I don't like that alt. It's just it's not in a good space. Ranged combat. Oh, I'm gonna do horrible at this game. Alright, perks. That seems interesting. Let's go more exploring around the house here. Did find one crate. That's the tribe weapon. That's probably going to come in handy at some point in the future.
Heard you were a somber kid and is glad you crawled out of your shell to help. Has plenty to do, so no. Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now. Claims any friend of the old one can't be all that bad. Says you should take care.
Okay, so had a perk. So maybe we can persuade him.
Buena wehewele for Ngwenya Ushfutmatu Yanayo Kalun.
Needs a logical reason to reveal the secret.
My koala funuras.
I should have looked at that.
Yanayo Kalun.
Says it's hard to keep a secret from someone as smart as you. Might as well tell you.
Oh, sure.
Sonotele Mela Yusakraku Waila
Shine's happy that the Myriad can count on a friend as bright as you.
Enu Hanuala.
Says you should take it easy.
Oh, interesting. You can
But
name
hope
replicants.
isn't lost. Says you'll...
Oh, nope, don't want to do that.
Asks you to check out the wares, confident you'll find everything you need here. Wants you to know you won't find a worth thinking about.
I literally have no money. Hello? Guns, rifles, shotguns. Interesting. Okay, so she's a guns merchant.
Wonders how bad it must be out there for you to be skulking about this late. Understands you have things.
Metalsmith.
Nukado Zeker Namfanio Aboket.
Offers you extraordinary prices for extraordinary things.
Asueshikof Karaka Fitu.
So I got no money, so I got nothing to buy.
Says it's a shame that Jack understand.
fishing. Alright, I think. Nice opening doors. Alright, it's been about half an hour, I believe. So we're gonna call this. We're gonna call this quits right now, and see if we can save the game. Yes, we can. Alright, cool. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll post this. Let me know what you think.